want to congratulate Ole Miss. They found a way to win. Um, Very hard hitting game. We've got several injuries that went out throughout the game that we'll have to figure out exactly how long that those guys are going to be out. But I thought they had a really good game plan on defense. I thought they executed it well. They played extremely hard and played through a lot of injuries out there. And offensively, we've got to find a way to run the football. And until we do that, we're putting way too much pressure on our quarterback, our offensive line to protect during those times, and our wideouts to get open. It's hard to win a game when you can't run the football, and we've got to figure out a way to do it. Obviously, we're trying, but what we're doing is not working. So we got to figure that part of it out. Cause you can't win. We can't. The way we're built, we can't win games not having success rushing the football.
Sam, I know all these games mean a lot to everybody, but KJ, coming over to home state. How disappointing do you think it is for him? And what do you think his performance? He had some real good plays and they have uncharacteristic picks.
Well, I think he's just like everybody else on the team. He's got to continue to get better as well. I know he played extremely hard, and he certainly, just like everybody on the team, I know it was special for him coming back. I wanted to win. But I think he played his heart out. I think if you ask him, he'd probably take a couple, 2 or 3, 4 throws back, but that's part of the game. And I felt like he led extremely well tonight and played very hard.
Neil line, you started the sort of reshuffle line.
Yeah.
You went back to the old alignment in the second half. Kind of what you think of the line play? What went into switching it back?
Well, the first drive, we'll go down and score, but we really didn't block a whole lot of guys. We had a lot of guys coming through untouched. The movement was bothering us, especially at center. And so in the second quarter, we decided to put Bo back at center, maybe help that. And then at halftime, I decided just to go back to where we were the first 5 games and see if we'd be better. I'll have to watch the tape to see if we got any better or not, with that combination of guys. But that's what went into the decision. We could not handle the run throughs and the movement. They were too quick for us. And so I thought maybe if we moved Bo back in the middle, maybe that would calm some things down.
Coach, what do you think of the overall game plan from Travis Williams and just the way that the defense was able to execute it today?
Well, I thought it was fantastic. His call on 4th and 2 that got us the ball with the opportunity to score a touchdown down there inside their 40 was big. I thought our kids really bought into what they were selling. Ole Miss had as good a football game offensively as you can have a week ago. And, if we do a little bit more on offense, we certainly would have been able to continue to do that. We changed up a little bit defensively, trying to get the ball back a little bit, but I think they had a great game plan and they executed it very well.
And then on offense, Ty Washington had a big game.
Hey, man, wasn't that something? I'm so happy for him. I took him aside just right before I walked in here and told him how proud I was of him, and 7 catches for 2 touchdowns. He never griped, never complained. He was playing behind Luke, and then he came in and had that type of game. I believe he blocked well too. That's certainly going to do something well for his confidence and our confidence in him. But for his really his first start to do that was really outstanding. Really happy for him.
Well, what is this?
I know injuries are part of the game, tough to
Yeah.
see them, but the fourth down punt where you guys had 12 men on the field and then the defense has to come back out, and that's where the ball went down.
Yeah.
It's gotta be tough.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'd already used the timeout. We were going to go after it, right before, I believe it was right before the half. And so I used the timeout. Either that, I was going to, make Lane go for it on that side. And hopefully, I was hoping that he would, so we might have an opportunity to score right before half. But we were going to go block it, and we had too many guys out there. And, with the new rule, you can't call back-to-back timeouts. And I couldn't get the timeout, obviously. We did end up, I think we ended up holding them right there, right before half. Didn't we hold them right before half right there? So we were very fortunate there, but yeah, it's, Pooh got hurt. I think Al got hurt. Who else got? Braxton got hurt. Cam Ball got hurt. Them guys just kept playing, kept putting other guys in there, and kudos to the coaches because they had them ready to go no matter who the people were who the guys were that went in there.
So it seemed like you guys went too tight end, a little bit less than the second half. Did you feel like it helped clear the spacing up a little bit to have some more wideouts out on the field?
Well, we were trying to get the ball down the field or outside. We just couldn't do anything. Run the ball in the A and B gaps. And we were trying to, what you just alluded to, we were trying to loosen them up a little bit just in case we want to run a draw or something like that, or get the ball out on the edge and play a little bit more 10 personnel as well.
You touched on a little bit of the penalties, but 10 for 70 again. Just what'd you make of the way that you guys weren't able to sustain the success you had last week at that part?
Man, that crazy. I mean, we had 0 last week, and we come back, and basically at practice we did the same thing we did the week before, and I don't think it would be any different. It was loud last week too. They stemmed on us last week too, but I mean, nobody can win doing that, and I'm the head coach. That's my responsibility to get fixed, and we're trying, but I just haven't got it fixed.
And what did Ty show you during the week? You said you were going to open up the competition. What did he show you during the week to earn the reps? And then obviously,
He's by far the most consistent guy, and Francis Sherman was as well. At the when we went into 12 personnel, but Ty was by far the most consistent guy. We told him as a 4-man, whomever played the best in the week would start for us, and he earned that right. But he was consistent. You could see he was passionate about getting on the field. He caught the ball well. He just had a really good week.
oh yeah, he lives and live. But with Ty doing what he did, how big is that for y'all? Maybe how big for him?
First of all, I'm just really happy for him. He'd been here for a while and hadn't really got the opportunity to show what he can do. And so it's big for us. It's big for the last 6 games of the year, and we certainly believed in him today to get him the balls and all that. But he's got a bright future, and hopefully we can get him more and more as the weeks go on.
What's the mood in the locker room?
Somber. I mean, that group in there wants to win as bad as anybody in the state, as bad as we do, as bad as anybody does. And I think you could see it by the effort. I just talked to them about we're not playing smart. And even with the woes that we're having at running the football and protecting him, we had a chance to win the game if we play smart, and I really wish I could. I wish I could explain how you have 0 last week and you come back and have 6 false starts I wish I could explain it. But I can't, but we're going damn sure continue to work on getting it fixed.
You know, same thing, you talk about the effort tonight, you can see you guys haven't lost the team, and yet you're not getting tangible results, you know, and win. How tough is it to hold the team together for the guys to keep, you know, going that way?
I think I worry about it more than the kids. We've got good kids. They're continuing to fight. You don't fight if you don't believe in something. If you don't believe in the coaches, don't believe in each other, or you don't believe that you're going to win. That's when you stop fighting. I don't think we'll have that problem ever with this team, and we got to get ready for Alabama. But it shows really the character of the kids. You know, the worst time in coaching is going in after a game and talking to kids that didn't win, and the greatest is when you win. And but you know, we're beat up right now. We got to get healthy. But the kids fought they fought.
Coach, with KJ tonight, was it more of a lack of protection or what Ole Miss was showing him defensively?
I think it's a little bit of combination, to be perfectly honest with you. There was times when he had time and threw good balls, times when he had times threw balls low and behind. That's any quarterback's going to do that. But I think that, to be perfectly honest with you, I think the wear and tear of him getting hit back in the pocket, I think that has wore on him a little bit mentally. And I don't think he's as calm back there in the pocket as what he was a year ago. I don't know that anybody would be as calm back there if you're getting hit, you know. So I think he did the best he could do under the circumstances.
3 of the losses have been by 1 possession. I guess, you know, how tough is that?
Well, any loss is hard. I mean, you don't want to get blown out or anything like that, you know, but any time you lose, it's hard. I think if you get beat in close games, you can pinpoint a little bit more of why and maybe try to fix it and things of that nature. But I'd rather play a close game than not. You know, we just got to. Ours tonight was just playing smart football. That's what it was. It wasn't anything else. I mean, that's what it was. And as hard as it was up front on offense, if we just play smart, I just got to believe that one of those field goals would turn into a touchdown. You'd have a different ball game.
You came at the 56-yarder. In the first half, I think you had a chance to maybe try a 55-yarder. Did you think about it? I think no.
Yeah, I can't remember. I believe it was the other direction if I'm thinking, and that wasn't his yard to gain. That he felt like he could make it. When we were 4th and 6, I was going for it, and then we couldn't get lined up. So we had to use a timeout, and in the timeout, Cam said, "Coach, I've got enough wind here. I can make it." And we were down 10, I believe, and I said, "Okay." I mean, if he tells me he can make it, he can make it. So I said, "Okay," and he kicked it. And the other way was the 33-yard line, and I think we were on the 37, maybe.
How big do you think that momentum was? The kick really helped spark the comeback in the second half.
I think it was big, you know. And the disappointing thing, we're up 3, you know, in the 4th, and we just couldn't make the play. But I think it did give us a big spark.
Surprising, I think a lot of people, maybe both teams would score in the 40s based on, you know,
Past.
Were you surprised it was in the 20s? More of a defensive game?
Well, I went into the game feeling like we really had a good plan on, you know, all 3 phases. I felt like we were going to run the ball a little bit better, and we don't have to run the ball for 200 yards, but we got to run for 100 some. And get people off the throwing game. And, but I really felt strong that we were gonna have a really good defensive performance, even though I know Ole Miss is a really good football team. And I keep talking about all these, Ole Miss beat us, that and all that, I give them the credit, but if we just play smarter football, we can go in there and celebrate instead of feel like this for the fourth week in a row.
You like the execution on 3rd and short.
I did, it was better. We had to go, we had the sneak in there that we got. So yes,
You mentioned a lot of injuries, a lot of the defensive side of the ball. Are any of those concerning to you moving forward, or is it kind of just like bumping through this?
yeah, it'd be concerning for next week. I don't know how much further than that. I don't think any of them's in there that are like ending or anything, but there are 3 or 4 of them that are concerning whether we're going to have them next week or not.
Appreciate you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.